So the last thing I wanted to do was actually carve the character Misogi. Sogi is Japanese for purification, onto the sword, and I made some printouts of various different sizes. I think this is the candidate that I'm going to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out and then transfer it onto here with some transfer paper, and do a little bit of practice before I actually do it onto the actual sword. So what I want to use, I want to just check to make sure. I don't want it to overpower the sword, but I also don't want it to be small. So yeah, I think that is actually going to be a nice size. All right, so let's put this up. Capture this. Oops. Take a little bit of transfer paper. Ooh, there's catch mark. Put it on just a piece of scrap. And I grab a pencil? Yes, I did. Here it is. Okay. So the first thing is I'm just going to trace out. Need some glasses. Even better than glasses. I'm going to use this here. Perfect. Right. I'm going to need glasses. This is hard to see. So where are my glasses? Somewhere? Yep. Great. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clamp down. Keep this handy too, so I can kind of just use this as maybe inspiration and reference. Keep this right here. Beautiful. All right. I'm thinking that before I start, I want to change out my bit to, it looks like it's a little too thick for what I want to do. we'll do that. This bit is probably going to be a little bit better. A bit better. Get it? All right. Let's tighten this up. Oop. Okay. One of the things that I think I fail at when I work really small items like this is that I think that I have to get the line in is right then and there, and I don't really remember that I can actually take my time. So I think I'm going to take my time. So I'm not too happy with the bit that I used. I think I need a bigger bit. But we'll see if I have one. Not a bigger bit, a smaller bit, sorry. Yeah, so can we see this? I think that the bit that I'm going to use is this one and not this one. This is the one I used just now, and it's too thick. So let's try this one. And I think that what I'll do is do them side by side so I actually have a nice comparison. So let's do another trace. Oops. We'll use right here. I think I'm going to have better luck with this bit. It's a lot thinner. Okay, there's my character. Great. Let's speed this up. So I don't think I caught the last piece, but let's see. I don't know. I don't like the fact that this was wider, but I had more exacting results than with the thinner blade or bit. So I think I'm going to use the wider blade. Right. So I think if I do a good job, this will go to Sensei, and if I do a bad job, I guess this is going to be mine. I still have one more to go, but let's start here. One more sword, I mean. Whoops. There's no more sticky on that. So let's grab another piece, tape, make sure that I have a good use another piece of carbon here. So put this here, whoops. Put this down. Hillbilly neighbors shoot shit off. Awesome. Okay. That looks reasonably good. Actually, didn't do a bad job at all. Just tighten this up a little bit. All right. So the big question is, do I want to use this or do I want to use the other? I think I want to use the other. I have more control even though it's a thicker. So maybe what I need to do is just not go as far down. Be a little more patient. Okay. Gotta work the angles too. In Aikido, we always work the angles. So if I can't get to a particular corner or angle, then I just need to change mine. So we're gonna go here. All right. So I think I'm not going to brace it either, so that I can kind of have a little more freedom to move it. We'll see how that works. It actually worked out pretty well. So here's my character, Misogi. I have some CA glue, and I have some turquoise powder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this stuff. Let's center this a little bit better. Here we go. So with any luck, so I'm outside right now. Nothing is going to blow away. I'm going to take this turquoise powder, lay it out on the character. And I want there to be a little bit of a buildup so I can sand down and have it flush with the wood. I don't want it to be too filled, but then again, I don't want it to be have divots in my work. I think that should be good. Now, take this. Oops. Okay. Let this dry. Come back and sand. Okay, so it's dry, and I hit it with 100 grit and then 220. There's still a little bit of kind of outline where the CA glue kind of overlapped. So I'm going to hit this a little bit more. Then it should be good to go. 320. Oh. Okay, here's the sword. It's a couple hours later. This is after I sanded down to 320, and then hit it with another coat of the True Oil. So I think it came out pretty well. I'm going to need to probably fill this right here. I'll get some walnut wood filler, and then I actually have some walnut stain, so that should work out pretty well. It's an interesting characteristic, and we can get rid of those ugly holes. So